The world stood still when the news broke. Chuck Norris, the legendary martial artist, actor, and cultural icon, had passed away. Known for his unmatched toughness, iconic roles, and larger-than-life persona, his funeral was expected to become one of the most attended and talked-about events in Hollywood history. For decades, Chuck Norris had symbolized strength, discipline, and resilience. His influence stretched far beyond movies, reaching into martial arts communities, television audiences, and even internet culture, where his name became synonymous with unstoppable power. Fans across the globe mourned deeply, and tributes poured in from every corner of the entertainment industry. Fellow actors, athletes, public figures, and longtime admirers were expected to gather in large numbers to pay their final respects. It was anticipated to be a moment of unity, where generations of stars would come together to honor a man who had inspired millions. But surprisingly, not everyone showed up. In fact, some of the biggest names in entertainment chose not to attend Chuck Norris' funeral, and their absence quickly became a topic of discussion. While some had understandable personal or professional reasons, others were surrounded by speculation, rumors, and unanswered questions. Whether it was due to scheduling conflicts, private differences, or simply personal preferences, these absences did not go unnoticed by fans or the media. Let's take a closer look at 10 celebrities who reportedly did not attend Chuck Norris' funeral and the possible reasons behind their decision. Sylvester Stallone, widely known for his legendary roles in action films like Rocky and Rambo, had often been compared to Chuck Norris during their peak years. Both represented a similar era of tough, no-nonsense action heroes who dominated the big screen. While there was always mutual respect expressed publicly, there were long-standing rumors of a quiet rivalry fueled by competition in the industry. Stallone's absence from the funeral raised eyebrows among fans, as many expected him to be present. Some insiders pointed toward scheduling conflicts, while others believed that their professional competition may have created a certain distance over the years. Arnold Schwarzenegger, another titan of the action genre, built his career alongside figures like Chuck Norris during Hollywood's golden age of action films. Known for his charismatic personality and powerful on-screen presence, Arnold had always acknowledged the contributions of fellow action stars. However, his absence from the funeral surprised many. Reports suggested that prior commitments may have prevented him from attending, but fans couldn't help but question why such an influential figure in the same genre was not present to honor Norris. Bruce Lee. Although Bruce Lee had passed away decades earlier, his name often comes up in discussions involving Chuck Norris due to their famous on-screen confrontation and differing martial arts philosophies. His absence was more symbolic than literal, yet fans revisited the long-standing comparisons between the two legends. Bruce Lee's legacy as a martial arts pioneer and Norris' rise in Hollywood created an interesting contrast, and their names remain forever linked in popular culture conversations. Jean-Claude Van Damme, known for his incredible flexibility and martial arts skills, also shared a similar career path with Chuck Norris. Both transitioned from martial arts backgrounds into successful film careers. However, Van Damme did not attend the funeral, which led to speculation about personal reasons or industry-related tensions. Some believe that missed opportunities to collaborate or differences in career trajectories may have contributed to a lack of close connection between the two. Steven Seagal has always been a controversial figure in Hollywood, known for his unique style and outspoken personality. As a fellow martial artist and action star, many expected him to attend Chuck Norris' funeral. However, his absence sparked debate among fans. While no official explanation was provided, some speculated that differences in martial arts philosophy or personality clashes might have played a role in his decision not to attend. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson represents a newer generation of action stars, bridging the gap between wrestling and Hollywood blockbuster films. Known for his respect toward legends, many fans expected him to pay tribute to Chuck Norris in person. However, his absence was noted and discussed. Some attributed it to his extremely busy schedule, while others viewed it as a generational shift, where newer stars may not share the same personal connections with earlier icons. Tom Cruise, one of Hollywood's most dedicated and disciplined actors, has built a career on physically demanding roles and high-intensity performances. Despite his respect for action cinema and its pioneers, he did not attend the funeral. Speculation ranged from filming commitments to personal preferences regarding public appearances at such events. Cruise is known to keep certain aspects of his life private, which may explain his absence. Jackie Chan, beloved worldwide for his unique combination of comedy and martial arts, has always shown admiration for fellow performers. His absence from Chuck Norris' funeral stood out, especially given their shared backgrounds. Some reports suggested that he was overseas at the time, making it difficult for him to attend. Others believe that logistical challenges and timing may have prevented his presence. Clint Eastwood, a legendary actor and filmmaker, is known for his quiet and reserved nature. Unlike many celebrities, he rarely attends large public gatherings or highly publicized events. His absence from the funeral may not have been personal at all, but rather consistent with his preference for privacy. Fans who understand his personality were less surprised, though his name still appeared on the list of notable absentees. Keanu Reeves is widely admired for his humility, kindness, and respectful demeanor. Known for honoring those who came before him, many fans were surprised that he did not attend Chuck Norris' funeral. However, Reeves has always maintained a low-profile lifestyle and may have chosen to pay his respects privately rather than publicly. Without an official statement, his absence remains open to interpretation. As discussions around these absences continued, it became clear that there could be many reasons behind such decisions. Celebrities often lead complex lives filled with demanding schedules, personal commitments, and private emotions that are not always visible to the public. Attending a funeral is a deeply personal choice, and not being present does not necessarily indicate a lack of respect or admiration. It's also important to recognize that grief can be expressed in many different ways. Some individuals prefer to mourn in private, away from cameras and public attention. Others may choose to honor someone's legacy through their work, words, or personal reflections rather than attending a public ceremony. Chuck Norris' legacy, however, remains untouched by who did or didn't attend his funeral. His contributions to martial arts, cinema, and popular culture are undeniable. He inspired generations of actors, fighters, and fans with his discipline, strength, and unwavering determination. From his early days as a martial artist to his rise as a global action star, Norris built a legacy that continues to resonate. In the end, the true measure of his impact is not defined by attendance at his funeral, but by the countless lives he influenced and the inspiration he provided. His story lives on through his work, his achievements, and the admiration of millions around the world. And that legacy, without a doubt, is stronger than ever.